Welcome to Unapologetically AuDHD. I'm Patricia Young, MSW, and I'm an AuDHD former therapist and current coach.
I'm Alex McLaughlin, MSW and LICSW, and I'm an AuDHD therapist. This is a podcast with two friends processing what it's like to live in body-minds that diverge from neuronormative standards, and everything that comes with it, the good, the bad, and the beautifully messy.
We aim to release 2 or more episodes per month. This podcast is not meant to be a substitute for help from a licensed mental health practitioner. Hey there, how are you? This is the second time I'm recording this. Something happened to the first recording and the quality was so bad. For some reason, the program that I record through switched over and away from the good mics. And I don't know about you, but I know that listening to things that are not clean and smooth is really challenging for me. I should have told you what I was going to talk about first. Sorry about that. Last week, Alex and I got together to record an episode, and Alex wasn't feeling well. And so Alex needed to take care of themselves. And I said I would go ahead and do the recording, which I did. Got it edited. It was terrible. And it's taken me a couple days to sit down. But what Alex and I both want to convey to you is that we are doing our best to record 2 podcast episodes a month. And when someone is living with chronic illness, it is really challenging. It's really challenging to show up. And I think dealing with the grief of having ideas of what you want your mind or your body to be able to do, what you think you can do, what you expect to do, and not being able to do that can be really disheartening. And it can be really challenging, especially if you're late diagnosed, that many things that we were able to do, whether they're tasky things, physical things, showing up, all the things that we could push through when we were earlier in our lives, and then coming up against having limitations, whether it's getting really tired or if you have POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia, if you've got MCAS, mast cell activation, just all of the things that are comorbidities of being autistic, AuDHD, fibromyalgia, pain, fatigue, chronic fatigue. I know that there's so much more that I'm not naming. Headaches, migraines, gastrointestinal issues, all of those things can be part of comorbidities that go with autism. And I think many of us can look back on our lives when we were able to push through, maybe had full-time jobs, were raising kids, and oftentimes we hit points in our lives where we're just not able to do that anymore. We used to be able to go to loud, crowded places or go to concerts or do grocery shopping where we were able to do that, and we just can't face those things anymore, standing for long amounts of time or walking or whatever those things are. And it can be incredibly frustrating and disappointing. I think a lot of us have a lot of internalized ableism, and we feel guilt and we feel sadness and we feel grief that we're not able to show up the way that we used to. And that is a whole thing into itself that I'm not really going to address today. But what I do want to convey to you is that as neurodivergent folks, as AuDHDers, many of us have, whether we consider ourselves disabled or not, have a lot of things that make it more challenging for us. And how do we honor those things? And how do we hold the value of wanting to show up consistently, yet not being able to do that? And Alex and I are committed to providing ongoing content to you. And sometimes we're just not able to do that because of our own health, mental health, physical health, whatever those things are. And in a perfect world, we would have a very regular and predictable podcasting schedule. And maybe this is a really good example of what it's like when you live with lots of chronic health conditions and you just show up and you do the best that you can. And in that self-compassion that we have for ourselves, maybe that can extend if you are someone who's struggling or know someone who's struggling, to know that sometimes being disabled means that things just don't look the way that you want them to look. They don't look the way that you expect them to look. And there is a lot of grief and sadness in them, in those things. And can you have self-compassion for yourself and for others in the limitations that show up? That is pretty much all that I have. I did just want to let you know that we haven't given up. We are doing the best that we can. We will show up when we're able to. We do have a whole long list of topics we want to cover, and we just have to go with the flow. And this is what we've got for you right now. I hope you all are doing well, and we will be back as soon as we can. Thanks. Have a blessed day. Thanks for spending time with us in this space where your too muchness is never too much. Remember, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. We're here to honor the complexity, celebrate the nuance, and walk this neurodivergent path together.
You might consider giving us a rating and a review on the platform you listen to podcasts. It gives others an opportunity to see our podcast and walk this path with us. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind to your nervous system, and stay unapologetically AuDHD. You belong here.